and welcome to the Abarth 124 Spider. And some cows are beginning to be interested. Well, first review, it's a very good cow magnet. If you like cows, get one of these. So today Abarth has given me the chance to have a look at this 124 Spider. Obviously, as you all know, MX-5, then the Fiat 124 Spider, then it becomes the Abarth. But Abarth has taken the Fiat 124, not the MX-5, the Fiat, and they have basically modified it to create this sporty little car that you see in front of you now. Now, I'm sure you all know the visual difference between this and the Fiat, but one of the cues that I'd like to point out is the quad exhaust system down below. They've created the Monza exhaust down here, which sounds absolutely amazing. The pops and crackles, I've been told, are incredible. And these cows are not going to like it. But I think before these cows get a bit too irritated with me for not giving them food, I should get in the car and have a drive. Right. First time driving. Let's see what this is like. It pops! Oh my god! What? I need to work out how to make it pop, I've decided. Downshifting? No, I think it's upshifting. I think it pops on the upshift. Hey! So let me tell you a little bit more about this car. It's got a 4-cylinder, 1.4 litre engine, but it's turbocharged, which is what makes it quick. Oh dear. And that engine mixed with the turbocharger is enough for 170 brake horsepower, and it can reach 60 miles an hour in 6.8 seconds, which in a car like this is plenty fast. I'll need it right now. Whoa! More pops and crackles, brilliant! And this car is capable of reaching 144 miles an hour, but when are you going to reach that speed? This car is made for roads like these and weather like today. This weather has been made for the Abarth 124 Spider. And overtake. Yeah, anything's possible. Now, something else that Abarth have done to the Fiat 124 is they've given it a mechanical limited slip diff, which means this is possible. This car weighs just over a tonne, which is a very light for a modern car especially, because it is a small sports car. It's got a 50-50 weight distribution, so that's the kind of perfect balance that you really want. And you can tell on roads like these how good this car is around the corners. And yes, you could say that some of the pops that come from this exhaust are artificial, but who cares? They're put there for a reason, they're put there for our enjoyment, and it's so enjoyable. Knock it into sixth gear, a little bit windy, but I think that's just because today is a windy day and it's calm. To be honest with you, with without the sound from that Monza exhaust system behind me, this car would be nowhere near as special. Yes, it'd be just as fast, but sound is the most important thing about a car, for me anyway. And this just sounds incredible, it's brilliant. These cyclists are probably wondering why I've got such a big grin on my mouth. Well, they're probably not wondering, they can see what car I'm in. Oh dear. I mean, if I owned this car, I'd just spend the whole day trying to make it pop. It's so much fun. To be honest with you, I think it pops and crackles when it's not in sport mode. Put it in sport mode and I guess it's less artificial noise and it's more based towards the performance of the car, and it is noticeably faster. I mean, this car is extremely fast for a 1.4 litre engine. But to give you a proper idea of the car, I think we should calm down a little bit and have a little chat about the price. Now, this car is 30 grand. Now, you can get a lot of cars for 30 grand, and a lot of them have more than a 1.4 litre engine, but as I said earlier, it is not a slow 1.4, it's the fastest 1.4 I have ever experienced. But its competition is quite furious. You've got Caterhams, you've got Lotus Exiges, well, not quite as an Exige, but Elise. Now, a Caterham 7 420 is £28,000, so £1.5 grand less than this. And its 0 to 60 is 3.8 seconds as opposed to 6.8. Now, yes, it is a Caterham, so you don't get all the creature comforts like you do in this, such as climate control, and it's got a lovely Alcantara finish to the dashboard, which is different from the Fiat, by the way. That's Abarth's lovely touch to it, and you've got all this entertainment system here, you've got sat-nav, you've got all the bells and whistles, and the comforts that you don't get in a Caterham. And a lot of people would rather a roof. Now, the roof on this, let me show you. And you pull it forward. And that's it. You could argue that is a lot faster than any of your electronic roofs, and it saves weight. Put it down, just as simple. Just chuck it back and lock it in place. So as soon as it rains, you don't have to worry about stopping and doing all that. You can do it on the move, but I wouldn't recommend it because it's probably slightly illegal to do it whilst driving. Now, the other competition you've got, like Lotus Elise Sports, Toyota GT86, similar kind of price, similar kind of performance. So if you want something unique that you don't see, because you see a lot of GT86s and Elises in comparison to the Abarth 124, I'd go for this one. And like this particular model with the Heritage package, you could get the lovely black bonnet, black rear to look back to the classic rally spec Fiat 124 Spider that you might be familiar with. Now, you can spec this with an automatic box, but I wouldn't recommend it because manuals on a car like this is what you want, and the automatic does slow it down a bit, and it's £2 grand more. However, 30 grand, you do get a lot. It's a good car, comfortable, the seats are really hugging me right now, the driving position is just amazing, the pedals aren't too far to the left, too far to the right, they're just where I want them, and I've just had such a great time with this car today. That little 1.4 litre unit in front of me doing its job excellently. Turbocharging, unfortunately, is the way forward, because you can have a smaller engine and get better miles per gallon. This says 45 mpg, I've been told, so it's an incredible car. And you really need to drive it with the roof down, windows open, and just hear that soundtrack behind you. No, it's not a V8, a V10 or anything like that, but it just sounds incredible nevertheless. But I was going to conclude the video now, but I can't help it. I'm going to go for another drive. It's so much fun. Abarth put in the Fiat 124 creates all the fun. All the fun in the world. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed this car. I'm seriously considering getting my checkbook out now because Abarth has done a fantastic job turning a little Fiat 124 Spider into this monster. It's amazing how much of a difference, a bit of design, a bit of performance upgrades because there's more horsepower as well, a new exhaust, the Monza exhaust sounds incredible, limited slip diff to create such an amazing handling car and a great soundtrack and a perfect car for a day like today in the countryside. Oh, thanks Abarth for giving me this car, and thanks to you for watching this video. See you next time.